This is Brew Crime News.
Your daily news, once monthly. Here are your hosts,
JT
and Mike.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Brew Crime News, where we deliver your daily news monthly. My name is Jugglin' Toddies, and I'm here hanging out with
Goat face Mike.
Goat. I
Bah,
knew. Listen, Mike, you're supposed to drink the beer, not eat
bah,
the
bah.
can. Yeah, welcome to the show. We've He just took a big bite out of a can. Be glad this is an audio.
To release that part.
It's perfect. I love it. It's like this is
Jesus.
how hard in the paint we go for our listeners. We eat cans. Yes, you didn't know this. We also rank the beers by how the can tastes.
Yes, it tastes like a headbanger.
Hey-oh. And I think we should just hop right into it. Thanks to Jen for filling in for me while I was on assignment.
Yes.
I've yet to know what that assignment was.
You were talking to goats that were surfing.
Yes, surfing goats.
Yes,
They
the
were
big,
also the
big
fainting
waves in
goats.
Hawaii.
Yes, they were surfing and fainting goats. Really weird. Not a great combo.
No, not
Dare
really.
I say, probably better to have them roller skate.
Probably, yeah. Both bad, but yeah. All right.
Let's hop in. All right, everybody, we're gonna get started with a story that is about love. It's about love and humpback whales. Have you covered anything like this? Have you seen this, Mike?
No, I have not.
Oh. So, love and humpback whales. Humpback whales were photographed having sex for the first time. It was a once in a lifetime encounter, and it took place as two photographers were out in the waters near Maui, and a marine biologist soon noticed something unexpected about the snaps. And
That's what she said.
they saw these humpback whales having sex. A study published this week features the first photos of this species having penetrative sex.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not an article or a study, it's a porn.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure
Whalepornhub.com.
I'm sure there's a subgenre of whale porn.
Probably.
So Stephanie Stack, who's a marine biologist and also apparently a rapper, because that's what that sounds like.
And a porn videographer.
Right. The two photographers who captured the encounter, Lyle Cranitchfield and Brandy Romano. The whole discovery was opportunistic as the whale slowly approached the photographer's boat while they were out in the waters. The photos show a healthy and strong male whale penetrating another, who also appears unhealthy or injured and emaciated, the study said.
Oh, that doesn't sound very...
Nope.
That
mammals
doesn't sound good.
The mammals usually range from 12 to 16 meters long. They circled the vessel several times, with the healthier whale pursuing the other.
Yeah, and the consent not given.
Now, after actually, figgy pudding. That's their safe word, figgy pudding. It just takes forever to get out.
Great white shark.
Can you imagine if it was like Earl and Shirley, right? And Earl was like, "All right, what's our safe word?" Or Shirley said, "What's our safe word?" And Earl goes, "Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious." Except it takes like whales 30 minutes to say that.
Ooh. I've seen Finding Dory. Dory.
So, the author suggested the emaciated whale may have approached the boat to seek cover from its companion. Here's the thing that I've not said about this, about the whales that were having sex for the first time and photographed. They were both males.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? So they don't know whether same-sex sexual activity would take place between two healthy males. Obviously, this was a healthy male and a not so healthy male. Um, but that's one of the things that I think that this is really funny because and it's not the first time that same-sex behavior has been observed, right?
No,
It's been
not
observed
even
in
close.
right. It's been observed in walruses, Amazon river dolphins, gray seals.
And basically every animal on Earth that
Right.
isn't in the water.
But this story came out, and Marjorie Taylor Greene was all over it. Like, look at this
Yeah,
woke community. The woke community are making the whales gay. It must
yeah.
be the woke community.
Lauren Boebert was like, "It's all about the family, straight couples," as her son, makes sex tape with minors and
I feel like
gets
in
in
this
prison
case,
for.
I feel like in this case, Lauren would say, "They're whales. They're gay. Let's shoot them." That's how I see that
Oh, I'm
happening.
sure. Yeah, 100%.
Oh God. Anyways, so that made me happy. Humpback whales photographed having sex, and they're both male. It's the best.
As long as there's consent, you get them, boys.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like, consent. Um,
I don't know with whales.
the thing is that they're so social. There has to be some kind of social contract there, right?
Yeah, you'd
So,
think.
I mean, whales are smart. Dolphins are pretty smart. They're assholes, but they're smart.
Dolphins are very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're so, we know they communicate. We know they understand each other. There has to
Yeah.
be some kind of a social construct there. You can't say that with the size of the brain and the power we know it has and the communication that there isn't some kind of contract there. So.
100%. Yeah.
The quote to begin this story from March 14th, 2024 was, "They're all high." Um, Rats eat marijuana from police evidence room.
I love it.
Rat droppings have been found on officers' desks in the New Orleans police headquarters, which have been taken over by mold and cockroaches, according to the department.
That
Um,
doesn't sound good.
no, they managed to get into the evidence room at a decaying police headquarters building, and they've been eating confiscated marijuana. Uh,
I love this for the rats. I
right.
do.
The police superintendent, Ann Kirkpatrick, said, "The rats eating our marijuana, they're all high. The
Ratatouille.
uncleanliness of the building's off the charts."
Oh.
Ron Harrison, a global technical director for Orkin Pest Control, said he hasn't heard of rats eating marijuana before. As to what they go through when they do, he told the Associated Press that they may experience the same effects as humans, depending on what form it was in.
No, I would
Many
have
people,
to assume their body high would be so rough.
from understanding the biology of the rat and how it's somewhat similar to us, I would think based on the amount or concentration they take in, it'd be somewhat similar to what humans experience.
Yeah.
Um, she's a pill. I'm gonna send you the link to her picture.
Oh,
She
so
looks
sounds good.
exactly like you would think she does. Um,
Like a rat? No.
she's the police superintendent. Yeah,
Oh,
right,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
And
She
this is New
looks like a
Orleans.
rat.
This is New Orleans, by the way. Um,
Oh,
so
I'm not a fan of her already.
no, I'm like, well, I'm just like pissed that like I have a problem with police. Not all police, obviously, but like it sucks if you have to work in a place that's like that, right?
Yeah, it
Um,
would suck.
uh, she did say that the office's cleaning staff deserve an award for trying to clean what is uncleanable. Um,
She's probably not wrong.
but like finding the premises for 910 officers is kind of one of her priorities since she became chief in October. They're
Yeah,
considering a proposal to spend $7.6 million on a 10-year lease to temporarily relocate the headquarters to a pair of floors in a high-rise building in the city's downtown area. I d
Jesus.
First off, I don't think that's a great idea. Where's your ammo locker? Where's your your evidence locker? And you're going to put it in a high-rise building? Like, there's nothing quick about police going to a high-rise
No.
building, grabbing in the ammo, whatever, taking
Also,
an elevator to
rats
their
and
car.
mice can
Oh
go
yeah.
all the way to the top floor, and they
Yeah,
will.
so I don't know. Like obviously this story has multiple components. I just like the fact that the rats are high. So
Yeah. 100%. And you know what? If they move to this tower, they might be higher.
Ooh, can you take me higher?
Higher.
Um, the only other thing that I had was about a fox kit. This is actually local to me, and this happened. So a fox kit, right, a baby fox, was actually delivered to the SPCA, which
What does the
we know
fox
somebody who
say?
works there, and and the person who delivered it was kind of a little bit, but they surrendered it thinking it was a cat. So once they figured out
It's
it wasn't a
better than a
cat,
cat.
right? There it got sent to Virginia Wildlife Center. And the thing about this is that in order to feed it, in order to successfully interact with it, they are wearing a red fox mask and rubber gloves. Um, the the kit sits on top of a large
Oh,
stuffed
jeez.
animal fox that's supposed to look like her mother. They're trying to minimize human sounds, create visual barriers, taking other precautions. They want to do this because if they're raised in captivity, they don't want to imprint with them. And there is a I will take a it's exactly what you think it was. They really should have consulted me when they were looking for a mask. Um, and when I send this to you, you will know what I'm saying.
It's actually a pretty good mask, but it's also creepy.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's definitely creepy.
It'll be
I
in the show notes.
I will say this. This is it's God's work or goddess's work or whoever you believe in's work.
Dog's work.
Good, good for Richmond wildlife and good for recognizing, a fox rather
Yeah.
than a cat.
I mean, good
Um,
for them. The mask's kind of ridiculous. It is a good furry mask.
it
It
is,
really
and I think
is.
that's where they got it from.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's straight up. It looks like a fox. It is a furry mask, but also you're wearing like a regular shirt and like
well,
rubber
yeah, I
gloves.
mean, I think
Eh,
I see. I don't know how foxes imprint, but
I
if
don't
you're
either.
trying to avoid that, I guess you'll do anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
but what did the
I,
fox
I
say?
Well, yeah, ring ding 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 ding
Ding,
ding
ding,
ding.
ding, ding,
Um,
ding, 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 ding.
what would be here's what would be really funny. And this just played off in my head like an Always Sunny scene. But what if the wildlife, right? Richmond Wildlife received the kit and they were like, God, we got to feed this, but we can't imprint. What are we gonna do? We need a mask. Where are we gonna find a fox mask? And then there's that really creepy guy in the back, like Dwight from The Office, who's like, hey, I got one. I got a mask. I got a fox mask. It's furry. And everybody just turns and is just like, we don't fucking have any other option.
We better sanitize this mask.
Let's go take it to the cleaners. Um,
Yes, or the
it
candy
just would
shop.
be really funny if that one creepy dude had the mask already.
Yeah, 100%.
Uh, anyways, those are your animals for the week.
I'm afraid being famous isn't the same as being a true hero.
That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Please clear the set. That's a wrap.
All right. The Power Rangers original Red Ranger actor is launching a clothing line
Really?
featuring Hitler quotes.
Fuck. Listen, I do not like how you just toyed with my emotions. Um, what in the Sam hell? Oh,
All right. So when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers premiered in 1993, the original lineup of teenagers with attitude included August St. John as Jason, the Red Ranger,
yeah.
and Amy Jo Johnson as Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Both actors would end up leaving the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers before it finished its run, but they're still closely associated with the Power Rangers franchise and have even returned to their old stomping grounds on one or more occasions. However, following St. John's revealing that he had a clothing line coming out featuring Hitler quotes, Johnson has abruptly responded to this apparel choice. So Austin St. John recently appeared on Tuned In with Jim Cummings
Yes.
to talk about his career. And towards the end of the interview, he talked about his clothing line he was launching that quotes from warriors throughout history in various languages. As he explained, so I have some ranger oriented clothes, and then I'm building a warrior line where I will go back in history from pre Greek days as far back as I can. I'm going to have famous quotes from warriors of all ilks, including the terrible ones. Hitler was, a demon on steroids, but he has some pretty good one-liners. So everybody from the great ones to the infamous ones and the terrible ones.
Uh,
This is
so
fucking indefensible. Like,
it's
what
like
the
two
fuck?
things. It's two things, and I don't know if you're going to get to any of the other things, but I did look it up briefly. And first off, he was born in Roswell, New Mexico. There's your first problem. Um,
Do, 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 do,
right?
do.
Second,
Diddle,
he's
diddle,
not
diddle,
really
diddle.
great at business, or at least covering up his shitty business, because he's facing charges that could put him in prison for as much as 20 years due to a $3.5 million COVID relief loan scam. Um,
Probably trying to pay that off.
yep. And the Pink Ranger, who you did mention,
Yeah, yeah,
took shots at John on social media, and he said, and she said, she types, I think some people should have publicists.
yeah. 100%.
I just like
Uh,
what
I just love. He says that he's added that Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris would also be featured in the clothing line.
okay.
And Bruce Lee, sweet. Chuck Norris, I don't know. He's not really all that great of a dude.
I mean,
I don't
Chuck
know.
Norris and Bruce Lee in a movie fought once.
Yes,
There's a reason Bruce Lee won.
because he was actually a fucking martial artist.
Yeah. And
Uh,
yeah. So that's quite that's so funny.
Probably enough of that one. But yeah, like, what a fucking idiot. Like, Hitler quotes, really, dude?
You can't
Come on.
like I can understand writing a book of quotes historically and including like a
Yeah,
Hitler quote. Okay. He was a figure in
but a
history. And as long as
clothing
it's not
line?
hurtful. Yeah, I was like throwing it on a piece of clothes. It's just you know exactly what you're doing. And you're dividing the country even further.
Yeah.
You know, all you need is a pair of truck nuts for that. I don't need I don't need a shitty saying on a shirt.
Right? All
Oh,
right. Well, let's change it up here a little bit. So I got another one here. Star Wars child actor Jake Lloyd in
oh
mental
no.
health rehab facility following psychiatric break last year, Mom says.
He
So
well, you
he
keep
he
going.
was he was baby Anakin.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I there was a interview with him once. He has had a really hard time and he
Yeah.
got a hard time from people that he knew and he never could overcome that Anakin role.
We'll get into this, but it's so awful, these child actors, they get roles that they're so excited for.
Hmm.
And because the movie or whatever doesn't work out, they just get ridiculed and
Endlessly.
endlessly, right? Or, you got guys like Home Alone,
Sorry, Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin, who had a breakout role, but because of his family, just got fucked up as bad as this kid did for a long time, right?
I'm so glad he's kind of come around.
Me too, yeah. But it's just too bad because this kid, I mean, I hate the prequels, but the kid had kind of a cute thing with the whole pod racers and everything. Movie was terrible, but his little bit about it, not that bad.
He was not a bad actor. Like just because of how much shit he got for doing that role, George
Yeah.
Lucas should be paying him annually.
Well,
Um,
not anymore because Disney owns it now. But yeah.
oh yeah, Disney should be. They should honor a contract paying him
I
annually.
mean, hey, they might be, who knows?
You know,
But
only if his parents got anything out of the back end, he is still getting money.
it does say Jake Lloyd, who starred as young Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace, has been in rehab for about 10 months as of March 2024. Jake Lloyd, who starred in the Star Wars franchise as a child actor, is now in a mental health rehabilitation facility, according to his mother. In an exclusive interview published by Scripps News on Monday, Lloyd's mother, Lisa Lloyd, told the outlet that her now 35-year-old son ongoing struggles with mental illness. She
He's my
also wanted
age.
to share some of the reasons she's more hopeful today than she's been in years past. Jake appeared in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, as a child, where he portrayed Anakin Skywalker. In later films, Skywalker would become the
Hayden
fearsome villain,
Christensen.
Darth Vader.
Like we don't know.
So, with last year being the 25th anniversary of these
Oh, see,
films, which is nuts,
it's insane.
Lisa thought it would be a perfect time to open up about her son and how he's been doing since the Star Wars times. Quote, Jake started having some troubles in high school, Lisa told Scripps News, recalling the time she first noticed her son's personality changing. He started talking about realities. He didn't know if he was in this reality or a different reality. And I didn't know how exactly what to say about that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She added that one day she asked him if he'd completed his homework, and he said to her, I don't even know if I need to do it, and I don't know which reality I'm in. That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more than just anxiety, depression. That is a mental break.
Yeah, it's a mental break, and you know, he was. I'm literally looking at one of the photos right now. He was a cute little boy. Like
Oh yeah.
he was this cute little boy that acted as Anakin Skywalker, and even though it was on green screens and stuff, he was this this little hero on a movie, and I'm sure that it got to his head, and he never really got out of that little boyhood state, probably.
No, and I mean like the thing about it is he was a flippin' phenomenal actor as a kid. It is not easy as an actor to as an adult to green screen, right? Um
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah, it's just
Oh
a
yeah,
cute
for
little
sure.
kid, right? He was adorable. Because
Yeah.
as time went on, Jake graduated from high school in 2007, and he had, oh, that's crazy because I graduated in 2001. I remember him being a little boy, and I wasn't that
He's
far
he's
off
one
from
year younger than
him.
I am.
Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing he's about 6 or 7 years younger than me. So you've been excited about beginning fall courses at Columbia College in Chicago. However, this is when Lisa said things began to drastically change. He missed a lot of classes, and he was telling me about people were following him.
Oh
She said
boy.
her son would claim to see people with black eyes staring at him out in public, and that sometimes he would engage in late night conversations with Daily Show host Jon Stewart through his television screen.
Son of Sam much?
Yeah, so he was definitely having some serious problems. He was
Yeah.
actually diagnosed with schizophrenia,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously didn't come from this job working, but it couldn't have
No.
helped.
No, I mean, yeah, no. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
so
it sounds
sad.
like he fell into a severe depression because of schizophrenia. So yeah, not a good thing.
But you know what? His mom was on top of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh man, there's a lot going on. Um,
There sure is.
this story is kind of combination of things. But there is a YouTuber named Elvish Yadav. I believe he's an Indian YouTuber, and he is in some
Interesting.
trouble. He's currently in a 14-day judicial custody in connection to a snake venom case.
What?
Let me explain what he's done. The influencer has 15 million YouTube subscribers. He was detained under the Wildlife Act. The party he was at in November was raided. Why was it raided? On the suspicion that snake venom was being used as a drug by partygoers. Police launched
Wow.
an investigation, questioned 5 people on suspicion of snake smuggling, who named Yadav as the alleged organizer of the parties and snake venom supply. 9 snakes, including cobras, were recovered from the party, along with 20 milliliters of snake venom. Um,
Wow.
so again, this is not his only thing. I am going to try and find the other things that he's. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Elvish and another YouTuber had a public showdown. It was a physical assault. Um, they allege that Elvish not only physically assaulted him, but also attempted to kill him. There is a video of him attempting to beat him up, which he did. Um, they apparently made peace with each other later. He was also accused of misbehaving with a journalist by snatching his mic. And so like he's a mess. He's all about the spectacle. He kind of looks like you would think he does. Um, that sounded racist, but I don't mean it that way. I mean it in he looks like one of those YouTubers like Mr. Beast, um, or
Yeah.
something to that degree. He was apparently on a show called Big Boss OTT season 2. I don't know what that is, but this fella has got a lot of issues. The biggest one and most recent one being snake venom case, providing snake venom to partygoers as a drug, in
Oh,
which
wow.
I just read the most recent story, and his bail hearing has been postponed.
Hmm.
So, well done, sir, on that stupidity.
People thought uh, Fendery's $990 scarf looked like a vulva, and it was mocked so hard the company took it off the website. Go ahead.
I, I've seen the picture.
I think Jen from our True Crime podcast told us about this.
She sure did, and boy, are they correct. Um, this is
Uh,
it's embarrassing, is what it is. Um,
this
how did
actually
it make
turns
it?
out, I'm looking now, and it turns out it's actually a really old case, but I didn't know about this, and she just sent it to us
It's new to
uh,
us.
as of recording about 2 days ago. So we're going to go with it regardless. So it says the weather is getting colder and fall accessories are coming back into fashion. But instead of sticking to tried and true staples, luxury designer has created some alternative options. And wow, is this alternative?
It is we're past
Ah!
alternative. We are
Yeah.
in hipster zone now.
This is
We're
this
we're in
is in
Portland.
major landing strip zone. So Fendi, for example, has designed a $990 pink circle scarf printed with the brand's signature logo and lined with brown fur.
Is that what you call it? Like
Yeah.
$990.
The quote, touch of fur still is available in blue and
Nope.
red, but
Nope.
online shoppers have stayed fixated on the pink version that no longer is available on the website. This is like white person with no tan pink.
Oh, for sure. It is like me.
And they're like, why is there a bunch of folds?
Like I know that like some scarves will have like those folds, but you know what you did. You know
Yeah.
what you did. Just like my kid knows when he does something wrong most times.
Yeah.
You know. And go
Yeah.
sit in the corner.
So it says on Fendi's website, the scarf was described as a shawl made in a soft blend of silk and wool in tones of pink. Twitter users, however, mocked the design and said it resembles a vulva.
It's it's really funny because it's like we make taboo, breasts and stuff, and yet we're creating these kind of things. Like it's not a problem.
Well,
Um,
maybe don't make a scarf that looks like a vulva. Like the person's
yeah,
vulva,
like
fine.
make one that looks like make a fanny pack.
Yeah, 100%. Which fanny in the UK is
You
vagina.
see what I'm saying? Tell me that doesn't work on multiple levels for multiple
So they
cultures.
just need to make it a pack. I love this though.
Correct.
There was some, responses on Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Everyone, please stop sharing the vulva scarf in my Facebook and Twitter feeds. Thank you. Fendi Deadass made a $990 sweater scarf that looks like a vagina. The
I
color
mean,
isn't flattering on me, but otherwise, I am here for a scarf that recalls my emergence from my mother's body. Thank you, Lee McElrath, for
I
that
don't know,
one.
but I want to be their friend. I feel like they're Irish.
I love this too. I stand a Fendi vulva scarf.
It's just ridiculous.
I love this too. The first headline I read, hashtag Fendi scarf looks like a vulva. But honestly, all I want to know is real or faux fur was used.
And where
Like,
did they source it from? That's
yeah,
the next
exactly,
question.
right? What animal's vulva?
Oh, Jesus.
Too far. So after
No, no.
they got mocked like fucking crazy, and then it was removed.
I
So
mean,
it's not new, but that's awesome,
like you all approved of that photo before it went out. You
right?
knew. You
It
can't
looks
say you didn't.
it looks so bad.
It does.
All right.
All right. Richard Brock, and this was written and published March 21st, yesterday, at 2024, March 21st of this year. Um, the man's name's Richard Brock, and he's been metal detecting for 35 years. And the previous, so he's 67. He drove 3.5 hours from Somerset to Shropshire in England for a group dig in a farmland on the hills. Um, so when he arrived, he found out that his metal detecting kit was not working, and he had to break out an older, faulty machine. 20 minutes into the dig, however, Brock quite literally struck gold when he dug up a massive 64.8 gram nugget buried 6 inches underground.
Holy shit.
Let's see. Dubbed Hero's Nugget, the metal is believed to be the biggest find of its kind on English soil, and it's expected to fetch at least 30,000 pounds at a timed auction, which runs until April 1st. Brock, who has been metal detecting for 35 years, says he thought he had missed the action. I couldn't believe it, he said. I turned up late, was only there a matter of minutes, and this treasure hunting expedition was supposed to last all day. And after he said that, everybody else who was on that expedition was like, fuck you.
Yes.
He said, and I'll end with this. He goes, it just goes to show that it doesn't really matter what equipment you use.
True.
But I mean, this isn't the only big. I mean, so the record in England was 54 grams, right? He beat that. But there's been bigger ones. A nugget weighing 97 grams was found in Wales in 2016. The Reunion nugget was 121 grams and was found in Scotland in 2019. So we're either like just getting really good at finding this stuff, really lucky, or gold is coming back to kill us
Yes.
and stronger. So big old, big old piece of gold. I'll take it. I mean, if he doesn't want it, I'll take it.
Yeah, 100%.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House!
There you go. Why don't we just ask Obama, Obama what is since he won by such a big amount.
All right. Somehow Canadian politicians work together.
Oh boy, I don't like where this is headed.
Conservatives vote in favor of liberal government bill banning replacement workers. So you probably like this one, actually.
Keep going.
A liberal government bill that would ban replacement workers from being used during strikes and lockouts at federally regulated workplaces is moving ahead after the House of Commons unanimously backed it Tuesday. Which this blows my mind because conservatives or Republicans hate unions for the most part.
Yes, yes, they
So
do.
the fact that they backed a bill that made it illegal to use replacement workers in a strike is amazing.
I want. Yeah,
So
I'm guessing they didn't read
currently,
the bill.
probably no, they read them very closely because they hate the liberals.
Well, yeah, I mean, they
But
must have made a
it's
deal where they got something in place.
currently, I think the only province that has anti-replacement worker legislation is BC, British Columbia, and the only territory I think is the Yukon territory, if I remember right. The rest of the country, it's legal to use these strike breakers, but federal jobs were not covered under this legislation in BC or the Yukon. So with this change, for any strike action in British Columbia or federal strike action across Canada, it would be illegal to use any replacement workers, which is amazing because if there is a strike, that's it. You're hooped
Yeah.
until you bring that strike back, right?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a strike, it means that something condition-wise is not good or needs
Yeah,
to be improved. And
100%.
uh that would mean that all you're doing is putting workers in the same predicament you put everybody else, except
Yeah,
those workers are never union, not
yeah.
really.
Well,
So,
these are going to be like federal union workers, so like people working for the government,
and they
people
cost
working
more.
for 100%, yeah. Anything to do with the government
Yeah.
or a federally regulated business will no longer be allowed to replace their workers. So the legislation passed second reading with the support of the opposition conservatives. It was the first time the Tories took any position on the bill. So, as normal, the Republicans in the States, but here it's the conservatives, would usually be like, no, no, we're not supporting this because it's good for the people. They actually sided with the people for
They
once.
had to have gotten something in that bill to sign it.
Probably. So Labor
There,
Minister Seamus O'Regan said that the confetti isn't falling from the ceiling yet, but reaching unanimous consent is a good thing. At the end of the day, we are convinced that this is where this will lead to greater stability and security for our supply chain, as well as a huge improvement for workers' rights in this country. The legislation advocates policy the New Democrats included in their political pact with the governing liberals. It also fulfills a Liberal Party promise from 2021 election campaign. The bill has to head to committee for further study. The NDP Labour critic Matthew Green expressed concern the Liberals will attempt to alter the bill with loopholes and the Tories will poison pill it. But still, the fact that it's gone through unanimously is a great start.
it is a good start. We'll take it.
Yeah, it does say that some union leaders have cautioned their members about supporting Poilievre, which is the conservative leader, saying he borrows the language of the working class but represents a threat to the workers, which is what I would always say, right?
It's it's like um when the strike was happening, I think up north, and like Joe Biden stood at the strike line and Trump
Yeah.
spoke across the street at a non-union hiring place for union workers making a speech. Like
Yeah.
like they he doesn't no,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
no.
I will finish this off with uh an NDP policy convention in Hamilton last year B. Brusky, I think is pronunciation, president of the Canadian Labour Congress, told a packed room that Poilievre, which is again the conservative leader in Canada, poses a clear danger to every worker in Canada because conservatives do not like union workers. They do not like the people.
Nope. No, not at all. So,
So yeah, I support the fact that they unanimously voted in support of banning replacement workers. I just worry about why.
correct.
Some people think I'm an alien.
I mean, would you rather have like a gasoline-powered cell phone or a battery-powered cell phone? I mean, it's like no-brainer, you know?
I don't really have a business plan. Yeah, I haven't had a business. I had a business plan way back. This is 2 days. Much less than we spend on healthcare, but maybe more than we spend on lipstick. You know, something like that. And I like lipstick, so like I'm gonna against.
Oh no, the car exploded.
Like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in pre-packaged, you know, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here.
So this isn't so much like I don't hate this idea, but I hate it because it came from somebody he's riding the coattails of, and he's already railed against this. So it's about his neural link. Have you heard about this?
Yes, I have.
So
It's
apparently
dumb.
it's an easy surgery, right? And the idea is that it puts something in the brain spaces and you are connected and can do things with it and it can serve multiple functions. However, this coming from the dude who just complained that COVID vaccines were inputting chips. So I don't know. Yet he's literally inputting chip. So I mean, it's kind of cool because the first patient that they chose was a quadriplegic man, and he can't. I mean, can't do anything. Um, but he was the live stream that they put on his Musk's Twitter. He was able to play video games and online chess using his mind, which is
Hmm.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, but it's an implant that allows a patient to use their thoughts to control a computer. The idea is that the company is going to start working with patients who have severe physical limitations like cervical spine cord impairment or quadriplegia, um, in order to kind of test this idea out. Neuralink's not the only company working on this kind of a thing. There have been modern demonstrations of cursor control by using thoughts. That's happened before. But the Neuralink device contains more electrodes than other devices, suggesting it has more potential applications in the future. Musk hinted at he's just talking this stuff and then he relies on people to do it. But he hinted at that the device may have the
100%.
capability to restore vision. Quote, blind sight is the next product after telepathy, he wrote, referring to the name of the implant for paralyzed patients. So telepathy is the name of the implant. He's saying blind sight's the next product, and that might have the capability to restore vision. Um, so, I think for that use, cool. I think that's cool. I mean, if that's another tool for somebody who's experienced serious, um, what's the word, being incapacitated,
Yeah.
permanently, um, I think that that's cool because that allows you to communicate and it has other possible uses. But in general, like anything that's made by Musk, don't put it in your head. Just gonna toss that
Yeah.
out there.
No. 100%.
Um,
I totally can understand if you're paraplegic and there is a chance to get some kind of freedom,
yeah.
but don't trust Musk. He is not a good person.
Well, and also like what he's gonna do is give back sight, but you got to pay $10 a month, or you see a bunch of ads in your eyes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything that it's always gonna have a catch with him. I
Yeah.
mean, there's always a catch anyways, but there's definitely a catch with him. Um, I mean, I get it. I think it's a good idea if done ethically and well, and used in the correct way. But other than that, We don't need it.
No.
We just don't.
All right. Tesla's Cybertruck base camp accessory is $3,000 of junk for your trunk.
No.
I'm going to send you this article so you can look at the before and after photo of what they
Okay.
promised and what they delivered.
Okay. Oh man.
Tesla started
Oh
shipping the
man.
Basecamp 10 accessory for the Cybertruck, and like most things Elon Musk touches, the final product is a complete joke compared to what was promised. JT, can you quickly describe the differences between the promised and delivered?
So imagine somebody who has a decade plus of experience of rendering a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
And this vehicle, it's cool, right? It looks cool. Well, listen, if
Yeah.
just go sci-fi with it,
Sleek.
ignore
Sleek.
Elon, and if somebody drew this, I would say that's cool. And whatever. But but the camp, the tent in the back it's straight edges, sleek, awesome. And definitely has a cool like fly net and like a sunroof top so you
And
can look over the
windows
top.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nifty. It's cool. Now connect that to the right side, which is like a drawing by my 5-year-old.
Of the cheapest of cheap.
It
Like
is not only
tens.
not only that, but that car is already discolored.
Yep.
And this tent, it literally looks like what he did was take a tent from Dick's Sporting Goods,
Or in Canada, Canadian Tire.
right? Cut the corner,
Yeah.
attach it to the car, and say, "This is the thing." Um, it's it's almost like it's almost like you wanted to put a tent in like a truck bed, but the truck bed wasn't big enough, and so you had to squish it and then just slam it in there. That's what that looks like. It looks
Yeah,
like a
100%.
non-consensual tent in a car.
Yep.
The world is broken,
Mhm.
especially for letting this clown get successful. Just broken.
Yep. All right. Tesla started shipping the Basecamp tent accessory for the Cybertruck, and like most things Elon Musk touches, the final product is a complete joke compared to what was promised. Back when the Cybertruck was first unveiled in 2019, the Basecamp accessory was announced alongside it. The tent accessory mimicked the Struck bizarre, now unique design of the Cybertruck and looked like a decent accessory. The actual product, which retailed for $3,000 US or about $4,047 Canadian, looked like they just tacked on a random tent to the bed of the truck.
True.
Moreover, the Cybertruck owners can't just buy the base comp accessory; they have to take it out or take it to a Tesla service center to have it installed. According to the post on the Cybertruck Owners Club by Cybertruck owner TownBiz, sketchy, the installation process seems straightforward and doable on your own if you follow the instructions. So it's not entirely clear why Tesla needs to do the install. Probably good enough, but what a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. No. All right. So, food's fun. And
Yes, it is.
and this is gonna piss people the F off.
Hell yeah.
And also I've never seen surge issues at Wendy's. Just the fact that they're too slow.
Yes.
Just saying. Wendy's planning Uber style surge pricing where burger prices fluctuate based on demand. Wendy's is preparing to test this model where the cost of menu items will fluctuate throughout the day, meaning a Dave's burger will cost more during lunch or dinner rush. The fast food chain's unappetizing plans, set to be tested in a high stakes rollout next year, will squeeze more money out of already inflation battered Americans who may not have the option to eat their meals during off peak hours. Wendy's CEO, Kirk Tanner, who sounds like a douchebag, announced the new
Yeah.
system on a call with investors, noting the Ohio-based company, that's embarrassing, will invest $20 million on high-tech menu boards that will be able to update prices in real time without incurring additional overhead costs. This is fucked up. As we quote, as we continue to show the benefit of this technology in our company-operated restaurants, franchisee interest in digital menu boards should increase further, supporting sales and profit growth across the system. He didn't put a ceiling on how much the pricing model could spike at the cost of a meal, or whether the base price would actually fall during slower periods. Representatives for Wendy's would not say how much they would fluctuate. Quote, dynamic pricing can allow Wendy's to be competitive and flexible with pricing, motivate customers to visit and provide them with the food they love at a great value. We will test a number of features that we think will provide an enhanced customer and crew experience. Um, Prices on items, like the single burger, already vary depending on location. So, like in Newark, New Jersey, Dave's single, the burger costs $5.99, but the same burger at Wendy's in Times Square costs $8.19.
Oh, Jesus Christ. For a
Yep.
shitty fast food burger?
Here's the funny part is that they are not going to see a change. They're not going to
No.
see a change in price because people are going to start going in the off hours. And the off hours that are cheaper are going to counter the surge hours that are more, and it's going to end up
Yeah, probably.
balancing out. I
Yeah.
mean, you might see an increase, but it won't be as much as he thinks it's going to
No.
be.
It definitely means that I'm going to be frosty about eating at Wendy's.
Ooh!
Perfect.
I've got nothing to follow that up. That was brilliant. We'll just end there.
All right.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
A Russian district called for an election recount after someone else got more votes than Putin.
Uh, uh, uh.
So an election recount is underway in one of Russia's districts after President Vladimir Putin failed to win the vote there, according to local reports. In fact, one of Putin's political rivals in the recent presidential election was recorded as gaining 10 times as many votes. The polling station in the city of Barnwell, I think, in the Southern Republic of Altai counted 763 votes for the Communist Party candidate Nikolai K. Whatever. Compared to the 73 votes for Putin. The independent Russian news outlet Mendueza reported, which bullshit, it's not independent. The polling station is now undertaking a recount after its results received considerable media attention. Officials say data entry error led to inflated results for this guy, Russian name. Business Insider was able to verify the reports independently, and the news feed of the city's official website makes no mention of the reported errors and recount, said quoting multiple local officials who effusively praised the election. So yes, at least one district in Russia voted actually the way they wanted to, and now there's a recount. That's ballsy of people to vote in Russia for who they actually want. It really is
no,
ballsy.
hard stop. That hard stop. That's ballsy for people to vote in Russia. And stop right there. Just
Yeah.
There's nothing else that you need to say. I agree.
I mean, you're not wrong when it was, what did I say? 763 votes to 73 votes. It's not very many votes. I don't know if that's like a weighted value or whatever, but still.
I don't, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't,
just nuts. Thank you for tuning in to Brew Crime News.
we appreciate it. We'll be back. Um, thanks for being here with us.
Yes. We
Yeah.
we look forward to our next series of cases where we hit a mine for information.
I
Um,
did do a lot of that. I did do a lot of that. Let's just put it this way. I pressed coal real hard and it became a diamond. Bye.
so make sure to behave yourself or fuck around and find out. You might find yourself on Brew Crime News.
For all of the sources of this episode of Brew Crime News, head to the Brew Crime podcast feed. This has been a production of Brew Crime. I gotta come up with a. I gotta come
Just
up with a
give me
name.
one or two.
Two.
Okay, the alternative opening to Brew Crime News.
Okay. Paige. Paige.
All right, that's your only animal, right? Or do you have more?
Oh, I have more, but
Keep going with animals then. Keep going.
Okay.
I'll go with something else that you don't have.
I'll do one more animal one.
Sounds good. What did the fox say?
Right?
I'm old enough to remember that. So closely associated. Oh, so associated with.
So.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to go pee really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Why don't you pick the next thing and let me know when I get back?
Okay. I shall. Do 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 do. This is your P music. Do 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 do. Or maybe a turkey will help. Or a fish. Nemo. We could do the shark. Hello, name's Bruce. Why don't you join us for a little get together?
Oh, I had my headphones on the whole time.
Perfect. I was hoping you did.
Thank you for the pee
You're
music.
so welcome.
Oh fuck!
And it
All right.
recorded the
What's
whole
the
thing.
next one you want to do? I'll cut it out. for the
No,
most part.
put it at the end.
At the end. At the end. All right. What do we want to do next?
Let's do sports.
We can do that. All right. Where is there? I'm probably the most proud of that one.
It's a beautiful. That is
It's fucking
fantastic.
good.